What's up, everybody? Jeremiah with Drive to Repair here. Hope y'all are having a good day. I wanted to talk to y'all about the power of becoming good at what you do. When you are good at your skill set, the earning power you have, the ability to make more money grows exponentially. So let me tell you what I mean by that. Let me give you an example. I used to be a painter, and when I painted, they started me out as a trimmer where I had to paint the baseboards and doors and that sort of thing. So I would get paid about $30 or so an apartment. And I was expected to come in and to be able to finish them at a certain speed, but I only got paid when I finished that apartment. Well, I decided after a little bit, I wanted to see how fast I could get at that because I was getting paid by the job, right? Not by the hour. So if I lollygagged, that was on me. If I worked hard, I made a better hourly rate. So when you first start, you're probably averaging somewhere around $15 an hour. After 6 months, you're probably averaging 20, maybe 25 an hour or so because you're faster. You've had practice, you're able to go quicker. Well, I started trying to figure out ways that I could get as fast as anybody had ever been at this job. And so I was looking around and I saw that some people were painting with 2.5-inch brushes, some people were painting with 3-inch brushes, and I started asking them the differences between them, and it was basically a comfort issue. Some of them liked the amount of paint that 3-inch brushes would do, some liked the amount of paint that 2.5-inch brushes would do, but nobody did paint brushes that were bigger than that. And I didn't understand why, and nobody could give me a good reason. So I went and I bought a 3.5-inch brush, or I'm sorry, a 4-inch brush, when other people were using a 3.5-inch brush, or somewhere in there. Anyway, bigger brush, and it was harder to use. And I was like, well, that's why these guys aren't using it. I was like, if I could figure out how to wield this bigger brush for the purposes that we use these brushes for, this holds 50% more paint. That means that if I, on average, dip my brush in the paint bucket 1,000 times in a day, I'd only need to do it 750 times a day. I could take off some of that. So I started learning that, and I became so fast because I could use so much more paint than the other guys that it was unbelievable. I would get to the point where I could start at 9 and I could finish 6 apartments by 2 o'clock pretty regularly. And I would make about $200 that day for 5-ish hours of active work, like working really hard. And some of the other guys started noticing it, and so they started doing the same thing, and the whole crew ended up getting a lot faster because of that, which was great for everybody because then my boss was able to get more work done, and we were able to get our work done faster, and so we got paid at a better hourly rate for that. So now transition that over to whatever type of job you decide to do and to make a business out of. If you get good at that and become expert level, you're going to make so much more money. So if you start out as a plumber, we'll say, and say it takes you on average 2 hours your first 6 months to complete a job, say putting in a new faucet, replacing some drain line or something, right? Well, when you learn how to be super efficient with your time, which is your motivation when you're a business owner, you'll have those parts with you. You don't want to make extra runs. You know how to get right in there, put everything together. You have all your parts ready. Now that job that used to take 2 hours takes you 20 minutes. That's 6 times faster, which means that if you've lined up those jobs, you're making 6 times more money than what you were when you first learned how to do that. Hypothetically, right? I don't know how long plumbers take to do things, but I know in the appliance world, things that used to take me 2 hours to do take me 20 minutes to do now. And so you're growing your raises, like your rate of making more money at exponential rates, right? It's not, hey, I make a few dollars more this year, right? No, it's I make 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times more money than I used to make. And so then you've got to get good at lining up new customers and just providing that excellent service where people are going to want you to come back, they're going to refer you, and you're going to build a business that you're able to generate an incredible hourly rate, which will then mean you can have more time with your family, you can have more time with your friends, you'll be able to have a much better work-life balance. So that's my encouragement to you. If you're looking at starting your own business, become really good at the skill set that you want to offer as a service for people. If you've got any questions, let me know. Any comments. Always appreciate those subscriptions, the likes. They really help a lot. And I want to keep bringing y'all some quality content. So let me know what y'all would like to see, and I will see you in the next one.